And just like that, we're live again for what is now episode 8 of Star Wars D&D. Good lord, man. Where did the time go? It goes by so fast. But alright, I want to jump right back into it. So, those who have not been with us, Amber, can get back into the thick of it. So, Gunnar, are you ready?
Ready?
Amber, are you ready?
Yep.
Haley, are you ready?
Yep.
Candy, are you ready?
Yes.
Trey, are you ready?
Yeah.
Then we can hop right back in to another exciting week of Star Wars D&D. Now, we said this before we started, but a quick recap for the stream. Poor Calliope is still stuck within this strange sort of barrier surrounded by this obelisk that speaks in a multitude of voices, whispering about a trouble and a worry of a mysterious figure known as just Mother finding out about something. The team currently investigating the area is trying to find a way to get Calliope out of this barrier, this circle, as trying to just sort of force their way out by breaking the obelisk seems to have repercussions, and the voices lash out to Calliope, causing her to take damage as the obelisk takes damage. So, not wanting to hurt their companion, they begin to look for alternate ways of being able to free her, leading Delcor and Chandra to what seems to be upturned and desecrated, almost like sarcophagi, similar to the ones they found earlier, but way less pristine and well kept. And that is where we will pick up today. Kuma, as you sort of stand guard, you watch as Calliope paces back and forth within the confines of the circle. The very sort of slow, chilling breeze blowing through the mountain range here carries a very musty sort of smell. It's not pleasant, but Eve smelt worse. If anything, all this standing around is just starting to get to you. And as you sort of just relax your guard for a moment, you stretch out, and you hear the crumpling of the of dirt coming just from below you. Your reactions quick on the dime, turn, ready to strike whatever it could be. Possibly more spiders when you look down, but all you see is an approaching Nala, arriving at last after calling Kine, or excuse me, not Kine, Cade, gathering information on how the hand is doing and how their efforts are going. Finally able to catch up and regroup with you all on your way out here. Nala, you had to step over a numerous amount of very large sort of spider corpses. The remnants of your friend's battle with the local wildlife, and you immediately put up your hands to put Kuma at ease when she realizes it's you, as you approach and look around, but you don't see Delcor and Chandra. If you want to go ahead and put yourself over there with Kuma for me, Amber. Nice.
So I guess I can see Calliope just like walking around. Is like the barrier visible or anything?
No, the only time it was visible is when they attacked the obelisk. It like flashed for a moment.
Okay. Well, I guess just as I approach, Nala will greet Kuma and, say, "Sorry it took me so long. How are things going here?"
With a huge sigh of relief, Kumo would be like, "Oh my God, you're finally here. Okay, so a lot had happened. First of all, Calliope is stuck in the circle. We don't know why. And then there were like a bunch of Spidey boys, and they were ugly and disgusting. But it's fine. We took care of it. But now, Calliope is still stuck, and I don't know where Chandra and the other guy went. So help."
Um, I don't want to be like redundant, but has everyone like tried everything like with the circle? Like, do force powers pass through it?
So let's just say that like Kuma retroactively told you also like what has Chandra tried, right? So Chandra tried to use her space wizardry, which was talking to the to whatever that she was talking to. That's this extent that Kuma would know. And the negotiation wasn't successful from as much as she understood, and that's where it ended. You're muted.
Yeah.
Oopsie.
Okay.
Yeah, Delcor shot it. So there's also that.
Yep.
Like, have you like inspected it through the force and stuff though?
And found that there was like I guess the spirits of
A collective.
a collective of spirits there to guard over this place.
Okay.
Hey, wait, she can see the obelisk from where she's at, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't she have to roll?
Oh, yes.
Oh
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
no!
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Nala. Give me a
Charisma.
charisma saving throw, thank you.
Oh no!
Ah.
So,
Uh-oh.
No!
as Kuma's kind of like regaling you with all this information, your eyes just naturally kind of wander over to Calliope. You can see her pacing back and forth within the confines of her entrapment. You can see the sort of like frustration on her as she kind of just like deals with this. And then you look towards this strange sort of like fixture here in this this mountain range, and you kind of like tilt your head to it. The surface of it, it's a metal structure. You can tell that much just from a glance, but the surface of it is like a swirling sort of like black. It's almost like shifting it's like shifting sort of like gaps in space, like just pure blackness swirling around, almost like as if it was liquid or like water in motion upon the surface. And it's extremely intriguing. And as you look further and further into it, the words of Kuma become more and more muffled until you barely hear it at all, and you just start unconsciously start moving towards Calliope. I mean, you can. I mean, she can.
like let's just say that once I started realizing that Nala just slowly started walking toward the circle and knowing what happened to Delcor, let's just say Kuma tries to body slam her onto the ground.
Okay, you just tried to body slam her? Okay.
Like tackle her.
Yeah, tackle her.
Alright, well, this would consider to be a grapple. So, Kuma, you roll athletics.
Okay.
Nala, you can roll acrobatics or athletics.
Whichever's greater.
Whichever one is greater, yes.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
really rough. I hope you crit fail because
Yeah, me too.
please. Alright. Okay, let's go.
Oh no.
Mm,
Oh no.
okay. Just realizing that Nala kind of just like stopped listening to you halfway, you immediately are like, oh my, it's just like with Delcor, and you start moving towards her. You try grabbing her, but Nala's reflexes kick in, sort of dodging your first sort of like lunge to grab her at the waist. You try again and again as she kind of like just shifts her body around as she gets closer and closer to that of the obelisk, and just as she gets about like halfway, you lunge and you grab onto her waist and you hold her there, but she just starts like dragging you along. And you now you get
Sorry.
right to the you hold on Kuma as tightly and as close as you can, and as you get to the edge, Nala, you go to take that step to walk within the radius of the circle. Kuma, you losing your grip on her, fall into the ground as Nala, you step in to the circle. Did you want to try something, Calliope?
help.
That's what I
Can I do one last thing before she goes?
Hold on, Calliope. Did you want to try something?
I just want to block her. Like, I know I can't move out of the circle, but I can at least block her from getting into it, right? Can I like use my body checker?
You can definitely try that. Also
Ooh,
sounds like it would be athletics. So roll your athletics. And for fun, I'd say it's just contested athletics between you
It's just-
and Nala.
Is it count that like she wrote that at disadvantage because I'm pulling her back?
Well, no, you tried your attempt.
Oh.
Damn it. Can I try yelling
She
at her?
won't be stopped.
Yeah. So as she starts to move forward, you put your hand out. You immediately your hands are hit with like the edge of the barrier, but you hold it out there, just at the edge, hoping that you're enough to push her back. And as Nala's foot crosses the threshold, her advance, her almost like zombie-like trance pushing you back. What do you say?
I'm just gonna scream at her to snap out of it. My biggest, scariest voice possible.
Unfortunately, your words don't seem to reach her as Nala just pushes you back and she enters into the circle.
Oh damn.
Immediately,
Start.
as soon as you fully cross the threshold, Nala, you immediately like snap out of it, and you look around. What are you doing here? You look back behind you and you see Kuma as she slowly gets up off of the ground. You look and you see Calliope right next to you, and for a second there, you almost think something must have happened and we got Calliope out. But then you look down around you, you see the carved in runes onto the ground. You see the obelisk just within reach, and you realize, shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what Kuma says. Kuma would be like, shit. And then she just like, Kuma would just flip over, lay on the ground, like, stretch out like starfish, and just like, I give up. I don't know. You guys did this mess. You figure it out. And she's just gonna lay there.
Immediately, like instinctively, you try to like move to leave, and you're hit with the edge of this sort of like barrier around this obelisk, and as you collide with this sort of cage, your mind is bombarded with whispers of a chorus of voices as they speak.
I see you join. Welcome for mother.
This congregation of voices assaulting your mind. You kind of stagger back. It's not the first time people have invaded your mind trying to speak to you, but the sheer volume of it is just completely unsettling to you as you kind of like stagger back and you look towards Calliope, and Calliope gives you kind of like this shrug, like, yeah, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, well, I guess Trey said he'll be right back. But okay, perfect timing. Meanwhile, with Chandra and Delcor, as you guys continue to investigate these upturned and desecrated sort of sarcophagi, was there anything else specific that you all were trying to look for?
Any indication of how to deal with that guardian obelisk?
Roll investigation to me. As you hear your name faintly being carried over the the rigid walls of this mountain range. 13. Okay. Are you investigating too, Delcor?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and roll. Okay. For the 13, you basically find what I just described. It's again, the damage done here seems to be almost unnatural. Chandra, you can see that it's not this wasn't done by just some bugs attacking these sarcophagi, this sort of like this area, this crater, but you aren't quite sure what could have been the cause. But Delcor, as you look closer and you see it, you can notice etched within the like walls around here, though it's faint, you can see very unnatural like scarrings. You can see where most of the like walls around this area are very sleek and slick. You can see those pieces of the rubble of these sleek, slick walls are covering and sort of scattered within this area, and the walls around here are particularly rigid, as if the sleek part of the wall was like taken off, blasted off, and you can see even now scarring upon the ground. Whatever did this was some type of large explosion that was definitely man-made.
Does it Does it look intentional, or does it look like something just exploded over here? You know, when somebody's trying to blow something up, they're mining, they're trying to open something, or one of those two. So like, did it seem like there was a purpose for the explosion? You know, like to open one of the sarcophagus or just make a hole. I don't know.
Just give me like an intelligence check.
Flat intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay.
20. I'd say that coming through here, you've noticed absolutely nothing that would indicate that this was a mining location.
Right.
You haven't seen any tools. You haven't seen any other sources of that would give off that indication. And from what you saw, these coffins or sarcophagi, as you guys have been calling them, these stone sarcophagi, have been extremely well kept and preserved, except for these. You can probably deduce that this was some sort of accident.
Okay. So we've got some damaged sarcophagi here. Maybe this happened because people were trying to deal with something, or somebody was trying to deal with those spider creatures. They seem to come out of cracks in the walls down here, up here, I guess. Let's continue around, I guess.
Okay. Like before, as you all look down, the entrance is like completely pitch black. The walls sleek, and a very sort of rancid sort of like smell travels down from the entrance of this cave. If you listen very closely, you can hear the clicking of mandibles as undoubtedly more spiders live deep within. But as you look around, since you both have dark vision, you notice that there are no other like bombs or detonations of any kind set up near these tunnels at all.
Chandra will ask if anything in particular stands out.
Not really. I mean, we could go deeper looking for more of these stone boxes, sarcophagi, or we could collapse the tunnel. Or we could just leave it be, because I really don't know what to do with all of this. Uses his fingers, you know, space wizardry.
Yeah, Chandra says, yes, this is quite the unique puzzle. Maybe we can go back and... Maybe we should go back and check on things, or...
You just want, out of character, you just want to reconvene with Nala, huh?
I think that's probably the best, because I really don't have anything. I was looking at my notes from last week, but I can't think of any way that that's super helpful.
Yeah.
So maybe all of us can come up with something together. I know think there's any, off the top of my head, I don't think there's any huge benefit to going in the tunnel.
All right.
Chandra wouldn't want to anyway.
All right.
Well, I guess we are heading back for now.
Yes.
All right. So, as you two make your way back to the group, as you walk upon these man-made sort of like steps up to where you left everyone, you can just see a very panicked Kuma as she seems even more worried than you left. You open your mouth to sort of ask her what is wrong, but then you turn to see Calliope and you realize she's no longer alone within the circle. And there is Nala standing beside her as she rubs her temples, a migraine sort of forming as the voices from the obelisk continuously speak into their minds.
Kuma, before anybody says anything, Kuma will be like, I tried. I really did. Calliope can speak for me, and then but then she'll just lay back down and like, yeah.
Chandra just lets out a heavy sigh before walking a little closer, saying, she'll point to Calliope and say, "You don't surprise me." And then she'll point to Nala and say, "But you do. How does this happen?"
Nala just like rubs her temples, like, I don't want to speak about it. Can I like do some sort of roll? Like, is this some sort of force power or anything?
Oh yeah, so I would say that Kuma did tell you everything that that was basically discussed from last session. I don't know if did you tell them about that, Chandra? Like your previous experience with structures like this obelisk?
I don't think I'm not sure if she would have done that.
Okay, then Nala, roll either an investigation check for me if you're gonna examine the obelisk physically, or give me that wisdom if you want to use your Jedi powers. Ooh. Ooh.
Just raw wisdom?
Yeah.
Sag.
What's this 3 + 5 shit?
5 + 3.
Huh?
I don't know.
2 out of
Oh,
9.
you know what? You know what it is? It's my bard thing. I don't think it's supposed to apply to that though. It's my my jack of all trades. I think is the +3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Okay.
That's nice.
I mean,
All right. With the 12, it's strange. You can't quite make a full connection with it, Nala. There's too much noise. The planet itself of Dathomir is so incredibly strong in the Force that it's very hard to concentrate on something like this obelisk, and even worse so because it seems it's so crowded. There are many voices trapped within this structure, and you can't make heads or tails of like where one person ends and where another begins. You can't even feel through the Force where Dathomir starts and where the obelisk starts. It just all feels like this strong, overwhelming presence, but you can detect the obelisk because there's just so much noise coming from it.
Like, do we think I should try to dispel magic on it?
I considered that at one point, but I'm really not sure.
I don't really know what else to try at this point.
Yeah, I'm pretty stumped as well.
Well, either that or we head into this town and possibly try and look for help.
I suppose that's an option.
You would have to leave Nala and Calliope here.
Something I'd rather not do.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we think it will hurt us if I dispel magic?
Not really.
Possibly.
Just add a character, you're just gonna fucking use force points. Either success or, oh no, force points.
I have a ton of force points though, so that's not super big deal to me.
Yeet.
I'll try it. I might as well. It would feel bad if we didn't try it. I'll fully do a 7th level force suppression, CJ.
7th level force suppression.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
6th level spell. I'm not messing around.
Jesus, man. Okay. I want to just read what force suppression does.
Oh, sorry. I can post it.
Alright. Thank you.
And I am casting it like on the obelisk.
On the obelisk.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. So. Not truly able to discern just exactly what this structure might be. You understand basically that whatever this is, this barrier, this obelisk, these voices, whatever, it's all through some connection of the force. And you know how to. You might not know what this is, but you know what the force is. You know how to manipulate it. And you take a deep sigh. You ask Calliope to step to the side, and you reach a hand out to this obelisk. Immediately, the voices within rush your mind, and you struggle to sort of like keep your concentration as you find you sort of like trace this line as the voices spew at you. As they try to break your concentration, they also inadvertently lead you through the noise and the overwhelming just sort of feeling coming from Dathomir. They lead you straight to the center of this obelisk, and you cast your force suppression. It's almost normally the effects of this are instant, immediate, but you can feel the resistance as you try to manipulate the energies within this obelisk, and you can see, and those on the outside, you can see it sort of like this sort of like swirling on the surface begins to rapidly pick up in pace. 7th level, yeah?
Yeah, but I could still roll if it's higher.
No. So, as your manipulations continue to spread, the voices, they become quieter and quieter, but you can feel their feelings of panic and worry transfer to you as you feel this unease. And just as the final voice goes silent, you hear, or rather you feel, a cold touch. Something something else reached out to you there at the end. Not any of the voices within the obelisk, but something far off, something cold, something extremely dark. And just as you open your eyes, you get a flash of a woman, paled skin, wearing a horned sort of golden crown, wearing robes of red. And as that happens, give me 1 second. As that happens, you open your eyes, and before you, you see someone. Alrighty. You see someone. Not the vision you just saw, not the woman you just got a glimpse of, but a person standing next to this obelisk, draped in red guard, covering very pale skin, their face hidden by an oversized hood as they place a hand onto that of the obelisk. Its black sort of like texture now gone, a sort of like palish sort of gray, as the structure begins to crumble and break away. The figure before you all just slowly turns its head, looking towards the group. What do you all do?
Voda apprehensive. Wow. Oh Jesus! All right, I gotta mark myself down for making a mistake.
You good?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Okay. Delcor apprehensively like hovers his hand over the hilt of his rapier, waiting for the reactions of others.
I think Nala will speak up right away. Or first maybe Nala will like reach a hand out behind her and see if she can like pass through where the barrier was.
The figure in front of you, strange and mysterious, but you have to confirm. You reaching out a hand out past the barrier, it goes free. It goes through, no
Okay.
problem.
Okay. And then Nala will look to her and say, "Who are you? Where did you come from?"
The figure makes no reply. They kind of just turn, seemingly observing all of you. And then, as quick as she comes, her form dissipates. It almost vanishes. It vanishes from your sight as would a sort of like mirage fades. And just as she was before you now, she is now gone.
That was fast.
But yeah,
Nala will just like shake her head a bit and say, "Come on, Calliope, we can leave now." Can I, like, she's gone now. Is there a way for us to confirm if that was like a real person or just an illusion?
sure. Roll investigation or perception, I guess. And perception.
Perception. Okay, I'll roll perception. Keep in mind, I have tremor sense, though.
No. Yes. Yes. How can I forget that you are also Toph Bayfong? Okay. I'll say that with that 21, with your tremor sense, you know that whatever was in front of you had no weight in their steps at all.
A tricky way of wording that, CJ.
I mean, you know, I do what I can.
Okay. Can I investigate to see if like they were actually there? Like,
Sure.
You know, did they move? Did they leave
So-
footprints? You know, was that actually something, or did I hallucinate that because there's more fucking space wizardry around?
Okay. Do you step in the circle?
I just saw Nala leave it, so yeah.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with it. I just wanted to see if you were gonna bitch out. But yeah.
Very, very
So-
tentatively.
So you step over to what is now a crumbled pile of just sort of like dust that was once this obelisk fixture here upon the dirt, and you try to confirm if what you saw was real or not. Roll investigation. 25. Everything your senses told you was that there was a person here, but as you look and you see, there's no footprints, there's no tracks, there's not even a whiff of a scent. There's no confirmation of whether or not that person was even still here, save for your memory of seeing them there.
All right, I've just about had it with I've just about had it with force users today.
Do you say that out loud?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my god.
Actually, Kiki will. No, not Kiki. Oops. Sorry. Oh, damn it. I
Ooh.
did it too.
Ooh. Ooh.
You done it. Okay.
Andy. It's okay. I'm still at 5 mistakes.
That's a whole character level.
And Amber's at 1. Oh no.
That's a whole character level. You go back down to 17 now.
I'm back down to level 13.
Oh, that would
no.
be terrible. Actually, Kuma will actually raise her head from the ground and just like, I too am done with these. What is it? Space wizardry.
Space wizards.
And then she'll just plop back down and be like, I'm hungry.
Did anybody actually take any, you know, sizable damage during that fight? Now that I think about it. I'm well, actually, now just realizing, oh, Chandra's kind of acid covered.
Yeah, she's
The
full
thread's
of.
looking kind of bare. Barer than normal, but you know, hey.
Maybe she likes it that way anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Does Chandra look hurt? Do you need a heal?
Do I need a heal? I mean, it wouldn't hurt, but ain't the most necessary thing in the world. I can take a little bit, but I'll live without it.
Why don't you?
20 points.
Oh, that sounds so bad.
I'm
Yeah.
down a few myself. I'm gonna.
You know what? I'll just do this. Why not? I still have some left.
Ooh.
Did we get it? We got improved at Gulks, right?
Yes. No,
I'm pretty sure
superior.
It's superior.
Superior. Wait, what's the dice roll for that then?
8d8 plus 8.
Oh, so I thought it was called improved.
Improved we had previously.
No,
like
that's
last
in
campaign.
advanced med packs were like 3d8 plus 8.
Yes.
And then-
improved was 8d4 plus 8. Superior is 8d8 plus 8.
Oh, okay.
based on what
Well,
I put in. I mean, CJ.
Well,
can
shit.
correct me if I'm
Okay,
wrong.
Yeah.
Let me change that name then.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna do that to myself. Alright, should we head into town then?
Yeah. That's why not. Chandra will ask if Nala or anyone was able to notice anything about that strange, spoopy ghost woman.
Just that they weren't actually there. They left zero trace of their presence.
Oh yeah. Which way do we need to head?
North, crossing the bridge.
Okay.
Sorry, just so there was like a cavern here that you guys didn't go in because it's just spiders.
Yes. Bugs.
Okay. Nothing else at all.
Nothing
to
we
my
could really,
knowledge.
nothing we could really discern. There was like
Bunch of stone
we
sarcophagi.
read the stuff. Yeah, we read the stuff on the sarcophagus, but it was just the same phrase with like different names: sweet sister, yada yada.
Okay.
So nothing that really seems currently important.
All right, you guys cross the air that their bridge.
The Wonder
It's
Bridge.
the Wonder Bridge.
The Wonder Bridge.
Wonder Bridge. And start heading into the city, or excuse me, village. I need to know everyone's passive perception.
Haha. 11.
11?
21.
Okay. 21? What?
17.
What?
17? Okay.
Yeah.
Babe.
Where do I find that?
It should be at the bottom, or the bottom of all your
Beneath your
skills.
stats.
Yeah, yeah. Below where your skills are and where your stats are should be something that says passive, wisdom perception.
Oh, I'm at a 9.
What?
Yikes.
Ooh,
Okay.
yeah. Force sensitives make sense.
Wait, what's your passive, Chandra?
Me and her both have 21.
20. Okay.
Why isn't there passive investigation?
What? So as the group begins to move, Chandra and Nala, you feel a bit uneasy, like you're being watched. This only quickly confirmed as you instinctively sort of just like reach out in the force. Turning around, you see at the end of the bridge, 3 red-hooded women who stand at the edge as they watch you. Their forms sort of like, though you can't see their eyes, their gaze locked onto you. And before you even have a chance to sort of confirm or react, they vanish with no trace of them ever being there in the first place. The rest of you see just for a moment Nala and Chandra sort of like stagger behind you. You call them forward, and you all enter the village. Yeah, we're on Dathomir now.
spooky vibe me.
Yeah.
Right.
Too spook. The trail to the village isn't long. Just past this sort of like cropping out here within the mountains, you guys come to a very large sort of barricaded city, the outskirts of which seem to be decorated in that of teeth and bone. Let me transfer you guys over. Nah, that's fine. Okay. As you approach this sort of large gateway leading into this village, you see a number of lookouts who stand by, watching you all as you slowly enter into their village. Immediately, you all are given varying glances as the residents of this village watch you distinctly as they still continue their sort of like daily routine. It's eerily quiet here, or at least it would be, except for this the faint sort of sounds of battle coming from the center of this village. You can hear someone further within is fighting. I guess I should also say the villagers that you do see are wearing very sort of like tribalistic attire, and from what you can see, they all seem to be the same race, Zabrakian males.
Can I try to discern how they are feeling about our presence here?
Feeling about your presence? Yeah,
like,
roll
do they have a
insight.
problem with us being here? Alright. Bam, easy.
With a fucking 34. I'll tell you everything. No.
Here's the campaign notes.
Yeah, so that's that. Here's this. But no, if anything, your presence is, how should I say this? Very unexpected. It's been, you gather, it's probably been a long time since these individuals have seen outsiders, but you notice, in particular, though, they seemed almost kind of afraid of your group. Almost, you'd even dare say, like, intimidated by you.
Damn right, Galaxy's bitch.
Yeah, baddest bitch coming through. All y'all relax. They're beyond age. Don't step to me. Alright, let's I don't know, let's find somebody who seems knowledgeable, I guess, in the area. Whoever runs the show.
Yeah, I agree. Well, can we just ask, like, one of the, like, who's close? Like, are these dudes up in towers? Like, who's close on ground level we could talk to?
The two in front of you all.
Let's do that then.
Hegemono.
Excuse me?
I'm reminded of a scene in 13th warrior, where the two Arabian guys are like, try Greek and try and look for their headman.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Nala will just like very slowly walk over to this guy, like kind of, all of her movements, like showing everything very clearly, like telegraphing it, no sudden movements kind of thing. And, she'll say, hello, we are travelers looking for information. Is there someone here who can help us?
The individual you speak to, you see he's carrying some sort of like wicker basket. Within, you can see sticking out from the top of it are that of like bones and sort of like animal hides. And he looks back to you and he says, I no one comes to Dathomir just to travel. Who are you all? Why are you here?
Nala will, she still like has a very placating stance. She's like, some friends of ours have fallen to an illness that we believe originates here from Dathomir. We're looking for a cure.
I'm looking for the Dathomir witches.
Do you also add that?
I kind of like whisper that to Nala.
Sure, Nala will like shrug, like, we're looking for the Dathomir witches.
You see his body tense.
Oh.
You.
Wasn't the right thing to say.
He kind of. Why on earth would you want to see them? Speak with them. And he looks towards the group and he says, I can't help you. If you want to speak to them, you have to talk to our chieftain.
Sure, we'll talk to the chieftain. Where can we find your chieftain?
He slowly points past the center of town to a sort of large tent. He's the only one that can meet with them. You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't get mixed up with them.
Nala will just like smile at him and be like, I appreciate your advice. We don't have much choice in the matter, but we won't trouble you any longer.
He just kind of shakes his head before he starts to walk off with his supplies.
Nala will turn back to everyone else and kind of like, how do we feel about this?
It's always more complicated than it first seems.
Chandra says, well, I suppose we have to help your comrades. So we really don't have much choice now, do we? Came this far, might as well keep going. And she'll walk towards the big tent. So
Okay.
There's some people going straight back, so that's where I'm going.
Okay. Again, you feel those same sort of like gazes as you all make your way towards the center of the village, the sounds of this battle get becoming louder and louder until now you just flat out hear the clanking of metal against metal as you guys reach this sort of pit in the center of town. As you come to its entrance, you look around. A number of these villagers, these Zabrakian men, stand outside of the pit looking down, cheering the combatants inside as as it seems to be a 2v1 fight. There are two Zabraks within them. In their hands, they have what seem to be extremely sort of like archaic and old sort of like hodgepodge sort of like weaponry. Swords made of bone, shields of thickened sort of like hides, but before them you see a soul man who stands before them. He has but a single blade, ornate, almost as if it looks as if it is black sort of glass formed into the shape of that of a blade as he holds it out and he stands his ground between these two Zabrak. And as you watch them move, you notice this soul combatant is having his way with these two. He is picking them apart slowly but surely, small cuts here and there, and as you guys watch, you notice this has been going on for quite a while. The two are littered, like completely covered in these sort of small cuts he's been making to them as he parries a blow, dodges a strike, and they are just starting to be drenched as these sort of small sort of like wounds begin piling and piling and piling as they huff and puff as the soul combatant seems to have barely broken his sweat. And as he takes a stance and the two Zabraks go to begin to rush him again, one Zabrak male on the edge of the pit holds up a hand. "Enough," he says, as the combatants within the pit lower their weapons. You see the two break off slowly as they leave the pit to tend to their wounds. As let me get you over there. As this sort of as the single combatant leaves out and joins this more decorated individual standing by his side as he sheaths this sort of glass blade into a sheath of like blackened sort of hides on his side. Their gazes immediately turn towards the group as the combatant sort of whispers in the man's ear. And as you all look at him in his fine sort of brown robes, sort of like tailor-made for him, it has like gold sort of like trimming going along the edges. You can immediately almost tell like this is probably the chieftain they were talking about. And he, as you all notice him, he waves a hand towards you all, beckoning you all over to meet with him as he and the combatant move back towards their tent.
Well, that was easy.
No. Don't speak so soon. I approach the tent. If nobody else is leading.
Chandra will just look around, kind of check out the people in the area and like the area in general, but she'll also move towards the temple.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything as you head towards the temple? Or the tent,
I just
excuse me.
follow.
All right.
Follow.
Okay. It's as you move past the tent, you see while the rest of the sand here is a sort of like a tannish brown. The dirt and sand within the pit are like a burgundy, sort of crimson. You can tell that it's seen numerous battles that have just soaked the dirt with its blood, staining it probably permanently dark red as you guys move across towards the larger tent. Ahead of you, you see the combatant from earlier. You get a better picture of him. He's clearly Zabrak, but he has pale white skin as his body is covered with intricate sort of black runistic sort of tattoos that cover his entire body. He wears no shirt, but he has a very sort of like poofy sort of like almost kind of like black sort of like harem pants on as he just crosses his arms watching the group. The man at his side, however, the chieftain, you all assume, in his elegant sort of robes, you see he's of a sort of lightish orange complexion, but his tattooings of black cover like his entire sort of like ear, his like ears going down, his neck, like his whole neck is just tattooed black. You can see a number of like piercings within his nose and eyebrows and the bridge of his nose as he sees you all, and as you approach him, he says, it's not often we get visitors here. What brings this group of yours to our humble village on Dathomir?
Information.
All too often, the information one seeks here ends up being their undoing. And I can feel from you, from a few of you, I can guess why you're here. You see him sort of like close his eyes as he takes a heaving sort of like breath. And he says, and he opens his eyes and he shakes his head towards you. He says, no good can come of it. What you're here for.
And why is that?
Because all who come here looking for knowledge never understand the price they must pay to have it. He sort of like stands, he sort of like straightens his stance, and he says, I am the chieftain of this village. Hold on. Fuck, I just lost his name. Oh, no. He says, you may call me Wrath. To my side, our champion and strongest amongst our brothers, Rune.
I am known as Delcor. This is Nala, Chandra, Calliope, and Kuma.
He gives you all a nod as Ruin just sort of stands in his sort of arms crossed, watching you all sort of like pose. Wrath begins to speak to you all again, and he says, a pleasure. Now, what is it exactly you've come here for?
You seek an audience with the witches of Dathomir.
You come to Dathomir looking for witches. I pity you. Rest assured that if you came here for them, they already know you're here. And if you're not dead, it might be a good enough indicator that they wish to meet with you as well. May I ask why you wish to see the witches?
I'm hoping to find a cure for an ancient curse of theirs.
A curse?
Yes. One that causes the force itself. He nods back to Nala like, am I getting this right?
Nala's just like nodding encouragingly.
To eat oneself. Destroy oneself. Yes. The facade of like super formality is starting to break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nala's like behind him doing the like, you know when you have your hand and you're like, yeah, kind of.
He puts a hand to his, he puts a hand to his chin as he ponders a moment and says, a curse. And here I thought, well, if you came to Dathomir to deal in curses, we can be of no help to you at all, and the witches would be your only reprieve. I warn you, though, they, as I said, they are very ungiving when it comes to their knowledge. And we cannot be held responsible for what they might do to you in this pursuit of it.
So to be clear, you're not associated with them.
He shakes his head. The witches, our sisters, are the true rulers of Dathomir. Me and my brothers here live to serve them, to fight for them, to die for them if that's what need be. They are the carpenters, and we are but their instrument. Their tools, their chisel they use to carve the stone.
You're mixing up your analogies there, but I got you. I see. So how does one meet with them?
It's not as simple as following them to their tent. As he kind of like nods to his home behind him. He says,
Chuckles, I bet. No.
I can point you in the right direction, but whether or not they see you is solely up to them and you.
We appreciate your help.
He nods, and as he speaks again, you see the frustration sort of building in the room burst as he, brother, why do you waste time with them? For all we know, the witches sent them here to be our final test. My final test. We should deal with them now. Wrath shakes his head as he turns his gaze towards Ruin, and he says, if that was true, do you honestly think they'd just go through the charade of all this talk? Calm yourself, brother. Your trial will come, and when it does, you will make your fellow brothers proud. That I am assured. For we can no longer disappoint them. We can no longer be anything but excellent. Ah, yes, brother. I'm sorry for speaking out of turn. He turns towards the group. He gives a nod. I wish your group safe travel. As he storms off. The chieftain sort of shakes his head. He says, please forgive him. He is eager to right wrongs. Now then, is all you need directions towards the witches?
Was that a question?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Hold up. He goes to you and he says, you must go back to the canyon. You walked to get here. Be careful of the wildlife and travel west. Continue going that way until you come across a large mountain ridge. And there you will be tested to see whether or not you will meet with the witches and if they will meet with you. I warn you, it will be extremely dangerous. Not only the journey, but the trial ahead. I would be remiss to not warn you to seek an alternative than speaking with them. Your very lives might be the cost they take for the information you seek.
We won't know until we ask. Thank you for your time.
Can I ask one more question of you?
But of course,
Who is the mother?
Uh-oh.
there's a pause, and how do you, and as he says that, he kind of like, you see like audible, like, or not audible, but like a visual, like fear in his face as he looks towards you. Roll perception, Nala.
Oh, I rolled
16.
so bad.
You see him almost kind of like take a step back as his body sort of like trembles. You kind of tilt your head. His reaction to your question is so unnatural, but you notice that he's not even looking at you. He's looking just past you. But as you turn around to see what's behind you, all you see is Kuma. And she kind of like, half listens to the conversation as she looks around, scanning the area around you all. And as you look back to him, he sees the color sort of like returns to his face. His breathing slows. I see. The mother is our god. Their queen. She protects all of us here on Dathomir. Some would even say that she is the planet itself, given form. Her name is Rhaega. And she is to be respected and feared. You will do wise not to do anything to, how do I want to put this? Upset her. She is Mother Dathomir. She knows all and sees all here.
Nala just nods at him. I see. Good to know. Thank you.
He kind of nods and he looks towards Chandra, and he says, I see. Very curious about you all and your endeavors. When I first saw you approach in our village, I assumed you to be initiates or members of our sisters, especially that one. And he points towards Chandra. It's something about the way you walk, the way you keep yourself. Are you a night sister?
Chandra says, excuse me. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check about that. So, yeah. Chandra says, just know I don't consider myself any sort of night sister. Sorry to disappoint.
Your stance, the way you scan the area, the way you... I'm sorry. It must have just been a mistake of mine. Nevertheless, I wish you safe journey. And I hope that if you speak to them, you share how courteous we were with their guests.
She says, of course. Be sure to do just that.
He nods as he turns and enters into his tent. So,
Out of character, how likely is it that we're about to smoke his brother at some point? What you guys think?
Oh,
Very
absolutely,
likely?
100%.
100%. Me too.
Yeah.
Either he comes after us as a rogue, or we get the chance to smoke him just because he wants to test his metal.
Yeah, I definitely thought
And
it was
I'm-
going to end with somebody having like a 1v1 match for the
I'm
info.
hoping. Yeah, I'm hoping it's like that, and I'm hoping Delcor gets a chance, but we'll see.
I don't know, man. You don't have the best track records for 1v1s, man.
Look, I only lost to the champion of the arena, okay? Otherwise, I won all the other ones. Ring out.
CJ, that like,
And the ultimate thing.
that like pale figure I saw after I like cast force suppression, did they have any sort of expression on their face? Happy, sad, angry?
Their faces are shrouded by large red hoods. You could not make out their facial expressions, but you could feel their gaze looking dead at you.
No, like the one that only I saw when I cast the force suppression.
Oh,
Not like the ladies who were appearing.
No, you all saw that, and it's the same thing. When you cast force suppression and the obelisk was effectively dealt with, one of these ladies appeared next to the obelisk as it crumbled.
I
And
got
then-
confused. I thought I saw another thing when I like felt the cold stuff.
Oh, no. Yeah. When you felt the cold, okay, you're talking about the flash. I thought you were talking about what was on the map. No, the image you saw was that of an elderly sort of woman with a golden sort of horned crown,
That was the
white
one.
white hair, red like robes. And there you saw a flash of their face. You felt an influence.
Yeah, so it's that face I was wondering about. Was it just like just a flash of face, or like did they look angry, happy, sad?
Oh, they're like facial expression during the flash.
Yeah.
Uh, I'd say like pretty neutral, pretty pretty
Deadpan?
deadpan. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's get going.
You guys are gonna start heading out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um.
might as well.
Off we go.
Heading towards the exit of the village, just before you all are about to leave, you hear someone cry out, "Wait! Wait!" Turning, you see Ruin as he catches up with you all. And he says, Please, please, I must know. Truly, why is it that you all are here on Dathomir? What has been going on? I know this has to be some test. They told us that things in our galaxy are becoming extremely dangerous, and then all of a sudden visitors show up to our village asking about them. Please, I need to know just what is going on. They've been
Oh,
things just haven't been the same. Can you tell me?
well, if you haven't heard, the galaxy's under siege.
Siege?
Mm-hmm.
By what enemy?
A new one, known as the... Wow, I'm blanking.
You, Jean
Yeah,
Blanc?
she said-
Gone.
we'll say that was all in character. As
Um,
the
Yes,
group
Sean.
says it.
Yeah. And Nala will follow that up and say, "We are here on your planet for the reason we said. We are looking for a cure to a curse. But the issues in the galaxy at large are as Delcor says. There's a siege on the galaxy waged by the Yuuzhan Vaughn."
Siege. You see him like slowly start to process in his mind. I see. That's why. That's why. He looks up to you and
Why
he says,
what?
he shakes his head and he says, they've been, as the chieftain told you, we are servants of the Night Sisters, or as you called them, witches. They decide who amongst us are best to serve through trials, be they combat, skill, or whatever twisted game they come up with. But lately, it's been more intense. I just thought that they were trying to weed out the weak faster. double the trials to make things harder, to breed a stronger soldier for their purposes. But now, to hear that, they must be desperate. Desperate, that's why they're running us ragged. I see. I'm sorry. Thank you for letting me know. I now have a better understanding of our situation here. Something I might need to talk with the chief about. I'm sure he told you where to go to meet with them. I suggest you get your money's worth. And he turns from you all and begins to walk away.
All right. These are never easy, are they?
Nala's just shaking her head. She'll start walking again and be like, everything about this place sets me on edge. Why do we always go to evil places?
Well, I don't have space wizard senses like she does. Probably hate this planet a lot more.
It's just, I don't know, the people seem quite nice.
Are they?
They were nice to me.
The fauna not so much.
She'll look at the nasty bug juice all over her and she'll say, yes, I can agree with that.
Okay. Moving you all back over. I realize I forgot to reveal a section of map. But that's okay.
Oh, yeah. That's... Look at this cavern we never noticed before.
Huh.
Yeah, I'll say that you guys went up this way, and then you came down that way. Like you went up this way, you came down that way. You're like, oh, what the fuck?
Chandra will ask, should we perhaps take a look at that?
Yeah, Nala will walk over there like, we're about to go meet witches. It seems like an oversight to not do at least a cursory look around.
Plug, he's gonna hang back. He's got too much PTSD from the circle thing.
Kuma
Keep
will
an eye out for spiders. Delcor calls as he walks in.
Kuma will just follow Chandra.
Perfect.
Yes, we'll take a look around.
Yeah, you want to
Can-
scroll anything? Or...
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if these are the same as the, the other quote-unquote sarcophagi.
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 Sarcophagi. Sarcophagi. Alright. Alright, that's enough of that. Yeah. Up. Ooh.
Damn.
Ooh.
Get them out of the way now.
Ooh. Alright.
Yeah,
That way I can crit for the rest of the,
No, you did enough critting last time, man.
Wow.
All right, no more for the rest of the campaign. All right, no more,
No more.
no more.
Investigation. I want to roll 2.
Yeah, all right, go for it.
I just want to look around for anything like interesting,
Oh,
if
that
that's
2
investigation or
will
perception.
Okay, then roll perception for me, Nala.
Jesus.
Ooh,
Like to,
you want to get on this?
yeah, I'll see if there's a similar quote or any quote, I guess, of on any of these, like the quote notes on the other ones, the names and all that.
Okay. Uh, let's say investigation. Go ahead.
Easy. Not too easy.
Okay.
Wow, what is going on?
Sand in my eyes.
It was the bug juice.
So,
It was worth a try. We all rolled like hot garbage.
okay. So even with an 18, or even though it's a 1, it's still an 18. The carvings are extremely similar, if not perfectly so. I will say that you all can see that they're pretty much identical. Well, to those of you that saw the previous sarcophagi, they're very much identical to those that were left behind, or no, I would say left behind, but the ones that you had investigated earlier, save for like a large sort of slab that is stationed, placed up against the wall. You all almost don't notice it as it sort of kind of blends in with the sort of shade here. Luckily, just barely, you all notice that it's not just like a fallen piece of cliffside. It's actually a piece of of carved out stone, engravings marked on it in an ancient language. I think only, well, an ancient language I think only one of you understands.
I don't think any of us understand it.
Yeah, it was like a group effort between you and Chandra to sort of like
Sort of
decipher. Yeah. So, do you try to decipher it?
Sure. I mean, we've got time. We've got time.
Can I get in on that if they're gonna work together? Maybe I can cast guidance on somebody.
Sure, if you want to. If you want to
Who's gonna
cast
roll for it?
yeah, who's rolling the lore check with, I guess, if you're helping one another, with advantage?
I'll do it.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
You roll a D12? Jesus.
You might as well get ready to tell us exactly what it says.
Let me see.
Since I'm helping him, he's rolling with advantage, right? So he's about to kill this.
Okay.
What is your lore?
17.
Okay, figured as much.
Yep. Expertise is hell of a thing.
Disgusting.
Yep.
While they're trying to read that, Calliope, just because she heard about all of the spiders and stuff, wants to do this to make sure that they're not accidentally going to touch something and a spider's going to pop out.
Ooh, okay. Covering basically all angles here. Calliope not one to be jumped twice. Keeps her guard up and combs the area as you all try to decipher these ancient sort of ruins and texts. You want to go? I'm still waiting for that Lord chick.
Oh, my bad. Okay, yeah. Lord
Still waiting on that chick.
check advantage, yeah.
Yeah, with advantage.
And add
Hi-ya.
12.
Yeah, and add a d12.
At advantage?
No,
Yikes. Oh well, 35.
35. You know what? That doesn't make it. No, I'm kidding. Um,
That'd be too funny.
the stone here speaks a bit about it's hard for you to sort of like understand it, but there's a lot of similar words from the stone that you and Chandra sort of work together to sort of decipher. And while using those words as sort of like a codex to decipher this one, it does take a little bit to do, and you still can't like perfectly read out every single word, but it shows a group of individuals on their knees holding their hands high. A sort of chiseled into it, you see a sort of like circle that rises up out of each of these kneeled individuals towards a chiseled figure on the top of this stone tablet. This figure wearing a golden sort of, or not golden. You can't tell if it's golden or not, but it's having this figure wearing a sort of horned crown, a long sort of dress as they reach out, collecting these orbs rising out of each individual. And it's the words that you can make out are for mother, given by the night, our sisters.
Can I point to like the lady with like the horned crown? Like I can see this too, right?
Yeah. As Delcord like tries to decipher this, he says it out loud, gathering your attention as you look towards this mural.
I will point out that character, be like, I saw her when I destroyed the obelisk.
You destroyed the obelisk?
Yeah. It crumbled, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I destroyed the obelisk.
But we all saw that hooded lady who actually destroyed the obelisk.
No, I destroyed the obelisk.
What?
Chandra
I'm
will
just
say
laughing at it. Does it really matter who destroyed it?
Okay, well anyways, where did you see this person?
My mind through the force.
Why do I even ask?
Nala will like turn to Chandra instead of she'll describe like, I cast my 7th level spell. There were all these voices, and at the end, after all the voices had dissipated and I dispelled them, I saw a flash of this woman and felt something cold.
Is there anything I recognize about this person, or maybe know about them?
I need you to roll a lore check. It has a very, I'm just going to let you know it has a high DC.
That's cool. We make those all day.
No, you don't.
Very high.
Damn, that's 2 months in a row for you.
Get him out of the way
That's
now.
kind of funny.
Let's hurry up and speed to something that I can roll good on. Chandra will just say, well, I can't say I recognize this being at all, but if you saw her, I don't imagine that's a very good sign.
Or maybe it is a good sign. We saw her, that means we get to go meet her now? At least. Oh.
Well, I think she's the mother, and I don't really want to meet her, honestly.
You know, some makes me think that we're gonna have to meet her in order to solve our problems.
Well, I suppose there's only one way to find out.
Yep.
And she'll turn back around and, I mean, I guess there's nothing else here. She'll start to head out. I don't know if anything else will catch our attention as she does.
No, nothing, nothing seems to catch you all's attention, as you put it, as you all, leave the area. Following the path given to you by Wrath, the chieftain of the village. You all know that he told you all to go west. And the only exit from this sort of canyon is this way. That way. Wait, could y'all see that?
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
where it was.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we'll just make our way over there. You know, if anything happens, just stop us.
If anything happens, just stop us.
I mean, otherwise, I don't think there was anything we planned to
God.
stop for.
Okay. Give me 1 second here. I will be right back.
Okay.
Ain't coming back.
No.
You guys ready to fight spooky witches?
No.
I hope we don't, but
I think we'll get to talk to them first, probably, before they fight us and we make them angry and they attack us.
hey, here's something I figure. We're gonna have to fight something worse than angry witches.
Yeah, that's true. Apparently,
Ooh, that's possible.
he said there's tests, so maybe we'll get some, witchy riddles.
Cool.
As long as I
some-
don't have to roll anything.
That
else.
guy
She
that
doesn't
talks
make it
to us
wrong.
about all this test, like joining up with us because he thinks that this whole thing is a test.
I thought he was going to try to join us. I don't want him to fucking join us, though. I don't trust him.
I don't trust him either. He's definitely a snake.
Yeah. If he joins us, we'll just go, you're right. This was your test. Now you have to fight all of us. And then we'll just kill him, and then we'll...
The end.
Damn.
CJ would be so mad.
Did not expect this from the Jedi.
Yeah. Pull that Uno reverse card on him, and,
gotta teach him a lesson. Start killing his NPCs before he can do anything.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thought you got lost.
I did for a second there, but then I remember the chieftain said just go west.
There you go. Yeah, pay attention.
All right, you guys ready?
West? I thought you said east.
What the fuck is this guy talking about?
I thought you would know.
No, I know that one. Okay, so following the trail, you guys continue further into these long, stretched out canyonways as you all come to a opening. Well, not an opening. A larger canyon, I should say. Oof. There we go. You can, as you guys come to this this section within the mountains, you hear the stepping of large feet with heavy steps as you see roaming through this area. You see wild rancor as they move through, pushing aside boulders and fallen debris as they move around this area. You can hear the constant banging or the constant shifting of their weight as there's a small sort of like tremor underneath you all as you can feel the weight of several large creatures probably shifting about in this area. The noise is very loud and recognizable, the sound of shifting dirt and rocks being crushed underfoot. How do you guys proceed?
Are these things dangerous?
Nala just like, I can confirm rancors are dangerous, yes.
They're not fun, at the very least, as Chandra silently ignites her saber again.
Ew.
You know, Nala will... We might be able to sneak by them. They are usually docile unless they're provoked. Maybe.
I'm up for the sneaking. Let's do the sneaking.
I would not like to get eaten by another large creature, so...
You didn't watch the latest episode of Boba Fett. They are docile.
Your character doesn't know that!
My
There's
latest
TV,
I would-
TV show.
right?
I would like to roll a nature check to know how docile rancors are.
Oh, by all means, roll.
14?
You have no idea.
I would like to roll to see how aggressive rancors are.
Oh yeah, go ahead, roll.
right? You said nature?
Yeah. Either that or, yeah, I was like, that or animal handling. 30? 13?
Oh man, can I roll animal handling? I forgot that existed.
Sure.
What are we...
Uh,
The
Okay.
cussest fucking things you've ever met in your entire life.
yeah, no, you hear Nala talk about, how they're just misunderstood and kindly. And you see, like, this gleam in her eyes. She definitely means it. Delcor, on the other hand, has seen too many people be killed by these monstrosities, and he knows that what she's talking about are domesticated rancors, not in the wilderness. I've hunted for meat my whole life. Rancors, okay. Uh, and he expresses that to you in his own Delcory way.
No, Corey, wait.
Sure.
Dirkware.
Dirker.
Dirkware. His janitorial way.
Alright. Alright.
Perfect.
Um, and while Nala, you hold on to some hope that you would be able to connect with these beasts at some level. Delcor pretty convincingly informs you all about their more aggressive, man-eater-ish behavior, which he can literally tell you from experience, seeing as he was once eaten by a rancor.
Nearly.
You were in its mouth.
That's funny.
Right. It didn't get me down its gullet like that fucking tantra tech.
Yeah.
Or
Jeez.
Terattack, whatever what was it?
Tarantatech.
Tarantatech, there we go.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Right.
So yes, we will be very quiet and we will all be unnoticed. Yes.
Yes, Calliope would immediately like to go into hiding.
She's
Ooh.
all
Kuma nuts.
Well, what do you think, Colette?
All right.
Where'd she go?
What?
Okay.
We'll
That's
roast
what
them.
we're doing. Oh, that nice 20.
Oh, mine's supposed to be a 27
Why?
Because
because
she
I
can't
can't
roll less
fail.
than a 10 if she has extra
True.
or proficiency. One of the two.
Yeah, and I have expertise in this.
I wonder if the. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, okay.
Oh,
All right. So I was like, yeah, somebody's missing here. Jeez, Louise,
It's not the lowest.
this full rogue party I see. Well,
Hey.
near full rogue party.
Chandra
Okay.
want all the smoke.
As with the warning established, you all lighten your steps. Those force inclined even going so far as to sort of like try to hide your presence in the force, worried that even the slightest bit of your of malintent near these creatures would somehow give you away. But sticking to the shadows and close to the rocks, you all decide to move forward. Now I ask you, which way are you going? Are you going up or to the left?
Did he say anything besides just go west?
Nope.
Go to the westy-most west.
He said go to the most west until you hit a large canyon wall.
All right, guess we're going most west then.
The most
Right
westy
where the
west.
rain car. Right where the rain car was.
Hey, wait, don't make me laugh, dude. Like
Just walk behind him and he won't even notice us. It's perfect.
Okay. Alrighty. Oh, bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, the first one's free candy.
Are you gonna start charging?
Yeah.
I see.
We all gotta eat
Any more than
candy.
3 and we have to kill you, though.
Yeah, any more than 3.
I thought it's just 1 HP or something.
No. The first one is bless you. The second one, okay now. The third one, no, we get the
No,
shoddy.
it's 100.
We get the shot.
Yeah, we get the shoddy.
Hans
down.
gets the
Oh
flamme
my god, that's huge.
That is indeed huge. Actually, no, that's gargantuan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The old 4x4.
Because this is, large. This is large. This is huge. This is gargantuan.
Yeah.
It's a big boy.
You all
Go give it some pats, head pats.
moving past
Tame it.
moving past you all, he slowly begins to walk away, or to slowly move away. Are you guys trying to move forward?
As sneakily as possible.
Yeah, we're really, sticking to the wall, hiding behind debris.
Okay. All right. Alright. Sticking to the walls, you all start to move slowly, one after another, as you continue along the path as silently and as stealthy as possible. Let me reveal some more for you guys here. There we go. So, slowly slipping out of sight, you see as the Rancor slips out just past your view, and as you just hear him go by, you hear the of steps coming from behind you all.
Oh boy.
They're everywhere.
It seems one in front of you now is distracted, as they seem to be just tearing apart the bodies of these spider-like creatures, throwing them into its wide sort of jaw, chomping down and ripping their carapaces apart as it feeds the others, seemingly roaming, protecting the area, as this main or particular Rancor feeds on this group of spider carcasses. But with one slowly, well, not slowly, with one quickly approaching behind you all, and one just vanishing from your sights in front of you. Where and what do you all want to do?
Let's try to sneak past Hungry Boy.
Try to sneak past Hungry Boy.
He's focused on his meal. You know.
Okay. Who wants to scout ahead and try to find a place to go? Or are you all just moving with singular purpose?
Scouting, so he's not going to volunteer.
You never know when there's another obelisk up in here.
Exactly. I'd rather take my chances with the monster.
Yikes. Alright, Delcor move up.
Yeah, I was gonna say one of us.
Okay.
Nala not moving, Chandra will kinda go this way slightly.
Okay. Moving slightly downward, and Delcor, you moving up. Delcor, you'll be able to see just past the way, just a little bit further past where you all now is there sort of like alcove amongst the ridge forward ahead. Chandra, you actually find a similar sort of like hiding place just beneath you here, just barely out of sight from these beasts, as you hear the approaching steps quickly now coming behind you all.
She'll quickly signal to come away. You know, for those who can quickly get here, which I guess is probably only novel.
Okay, so so the Chandra Nala team dip into this alcove hidden amongst the stone. What's Delcor Kuma Calliope? Did you say go fuck myself?
He said mute yourself.
You know,
But also fuck yourself.
You know what?
A lot of stuff from
You know-
thing, and I was trying to. I thought I muted
Yeah.
myself. Before
Oh.
I think, but I
Oh,
guess
okay.
And he is very upset that he can hear that through my microphone right now.
I mean, all of us can. If I can hear it, all of us can.
Apnea, okay?
You guys need to
I can hear
move.
it, that means the recording can hear it.
You guys need to move. The Rancor is quickly approaching you all. You see a space far off, but you all would have to run for it now to make it there.
Yeet! Dash. Bonus action dash.
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 Dash. Okay.
Quiet.
All right.
Dash.
Yeah, quietly dash. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's see athletics or acrobatics from all three of you.
Acrobatics. Okay.
Athletics or acrobatics. 26. Okay, you're fine. 27. Yeah, you're fine. You get nervous? You sweating? Palms sweaty? I know they are.
Yeah, I am.
18.
Easy.
Yeah, you guys make it.
Cool.
Let's see here. Let me just reveal. Like, boom. There we go. You guys make it just over. Amongst the rocks as you see as one of the Rancors comes over, takes its arm, shoves the one of the Rancor that was feeding out of the way. An exchange of growls go before the Rancor that had just entered the area pushes the other one away before it. Busy in its retort to the Rancor, it turns, unnoticing to you three on to the side over here as it goes. As this one goes to now feed upon the carcasses.
I thought we had the good spot.
Keep on going.
As the Rancors like continue to cycle, the heave of their steps, constant and rumbling, it starts to shake loose fragments of. Actually, by the way, also, you all would be able to see all of this now that you have. Well, not all of it, but most of it. You definitely be able to see this over here. Yeah. little section over there. But they're shaking and constant moving. It begins to shake and shift the rocks upon the edges of these walls, and I need anyone who's up against the wall to make an acrobatics check for me, which is all of you.
Oh. Acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
I can't fail.
Somebody's don't say that. Somebody's missing a roll. Delcor, please give me a roll.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh wait.
Huh?
This is acrobatics. Okay, it's not a dex save. It's a
No.
check. Damn.
Okay. With the constant moving of the rancors, like I said, the stones upon the surface of this canyon shake loose and fall down. They falling off from the top of these peaks. Everyone's able to notice it in time, moving out of the way, except for Delcor, who is hit by a few bits of falling debris, audibly sounding out as they impact against your body. You take.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oops. There we go. You take 23 kinetic damage.
Jesus.
That's almost
That was
max.
almost max.
Jeez.
Jesus
What the
fucking
hell?
Christ.
And immediately, the Rancor, hearing the stumbling stones, slowly begins to move. Or he looks, slowly comes over to where he heard the noise, or it heard the noise. We don't know if it's a man or a woman. And I need the three of you to roll stealth again for me, please.
Dale.
Stealth! Stealth! I need stealth.
Okay.
Fucking Kiki. I can't fail. Alright.
Honestly, Haley should have the same
Haley
thing.
have the same thing.
Yeah, no,
That's
she
true. I can't roll below a
Oh, 10.
9 or a 10, yeah.
Okay. I will say, for the sake of flavor, as the Rancor comes over, you all duck underneath the sort of fallen rocks that had impacted against the ground. The Rancor sort of stops to scan this sort of area as the rest continue in their rotation. With those stealth rolls, however, the Rancor doesn't seem to notice any of you as it leaves back and goes back to eating these spider carcasses. You guys continue to hear the visceral noises of this large predatory beast just ripping apart ripping apart these spiders as they continually move over and over and over.
Saying that Chandra will say,
Yeah, why the fuck? Yeah.
Chandra will say, I suppose that's better than taking our chances of being caught by them.
I'm just worried that didn't he say that we'd have to go west until we hit like a rock wall? I think once we get over there, we can't go beyond it, can we?
You've never been here before.
Yeah, she'll shrug. Your guess is as good as mine. Perhaps there's some way through, or perhaps we would have to turn at that point, and that would lead us over there, and she'll point across, which is where they're patrolling anyway, so possibly distracting them might be worthwhile. But if we don't get out of this area in time and towards where they are, then they'll just be on high alert going forward.
Okay. I'm going to cast Force Project. And I want to.
You want to?
I'm trying to decide where I want to place it.
Shut up, Cutter. I wasn't asking you. I was asking Amber.
Oh my god.
It's between me and her. See yourself out. No, okay.
I'm trying to figure out where I can, because I can make it appear anywhere I've seen before.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think where I put it so that it attracts the attention of all three and is like the farthest away from us as possible.
Vote back the way we came.
That's what I'm thinking, but I'm worried that this one eating the spiders won't see it.
I mean,
Would
D-
it be loud enough?
distracting some is better than not distracting any of them, right? Oh, by the way,
I'll use this. Okay, I think I'm gonna wait for them. I'll post the spell, but I'm gonna wait for them to rotate a little bit more.
whew, that is a paragraph after paragraph. Okay, let's see. You create an illusionary copy of yourself that lasts for the duration. The copy can appear on any image you've seen before, regardless of intervening obstacles. The illusion looks and sounds like it's indistinguishable. If the illusion takes any damage, it disappears in the power center. Move the illusion up to twice your speed and make it just your speed. Oh, it can speak and behave. It mimics your mannerisms perfectly. Oh man. You can see through its eyes and hear through its ears if you were in its. Okay, as if you were in its space. Oh, okay. It's you can see through. Okay, on your turn as a bonus action. You can switch from using this, your sense. Okay. Wait, physical interaction with the image reveals it's an. Okay, all right. And what? A creature uses an action to examine the image. Okay. Alright, so
basically, my understanding is, as long as I'm not using its senses, it can act, and I'm still good to act on my own as well.
Right, you could tell it to run off in a direction.
Yeah.
And you're not blinded and deafened.
Yeah, because I don't need to see or hear through its eyes. It can just run in the opposite direction.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just gonna wait. I don't think they're in a very good position for this right now, so I'm gonna wait for them to move a bit.
All right. With this next move, though, I'm gonna need some acrobatics from the group again, please.
Everyone in the group?
Yep. You guys are all still hugging against the walls here. Is that Nala with the 14? Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Ooh.
Fail. I'm super like at 27.
Okay. So with a 14, unfortunately, both Nala and Delcor are collided with some falling debris. You both take 16 kinetic damage. Hearing the sounds of the fallen stones again, the Rancor.
I'm gonna make my illusion appear here.
All right, the one eating starts moving towards Chandra and Nala, while one of them in rotation starts to head towards Delcor, Calliope, and Kuma's location. When all of a sudden, were you holding this illusion?
Yeah, she
No,
said
like I was getting ready to cast it for them to move. So I'd like to cast it right now. I can just make it appear wherever I want.
I know. So if you were holding the spell for when they moved, and then you got hit by a rock, you just got to make a con save to see if you can maintain it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Damn! Hey, y'all too goddamn high level.
easy
I
as
don't know.
fuck.
Keep failing these fucking acrobatics checks.
That's true. That's true. All right. So
And as the illusion appears, it's just gonna start like making noise and like yelling.
what does it say,
Like-
Amber? Give me an example.
Come over here. I am a tasty meal. Follow me this way. I, the real Nola.
The shouting at the top of its lungs. The Rancors immediately turn and see this small morsel as they
She's just like running. Like gonna just start booking it. She has twice my speed, so this like illusion has 60 feet of speed.
Okay. The Rancor speed is. Well, regardless, you would have. Does this illusion. You ran by this Rancor, so like I'm trying to debate whether or not I get an attack of opportunity against you. Does the illusion have an AC? No, right? It's just.
It has her AC.
If they no, it doesn't. If you hit it, it'll just pass through.
Okay.
Oh,
So as
I see what you're saying. I guess it would have my AC then. Like just to, if you hit, it'll just like go through it. But
But you could
if-
use your AC to quote unquote, keep from
Dodge,
getting hit.
I
Right,
think.
right, yeah.
yeah, I don't think it makes sense for it to be an auto hit.
okay, it will roll to try to strike you, or the illusion as it runs by.
While this is happening, though, can me and Chandra beat feet?
Yeah, I mean, you guys can book it. It's just how fast you move. Are you guys moving stealthily, or are you just gunning it at this point?
I'm still moving stealthily.
Yeah, I think we would definitely
14
go
does not hit.
stealth.
So it takes a swipe at your illusion that moves out of the way, sliding under its monstrous claw as it tries to swipe at it, as it just bolts past the 3 rancors chasing after it.
Yeah, and Illusion Nala is still like, she'll like pause and yell like, "That's right, this way. I'm a tasty morsel," and like, we're
Yeah.
out of map space, but
Yeah.
this is like rangeless. That can go on forever, basically.
That's fucking broken, but alright.
Are these spiders dead? Because they were like eating them.
They're probably dead.
Yes.
I mean,
He
yeah.
specifically called them corpses.
Yeah, they are a pile of spider corpses.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, Illusion Nala is gonna keep trying to keep them chased here as long as possible, so we can just kind of freely run across here now, I guess.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so again, I'm going to ask, are you guys done with stealth?
No.
Or no?
No.
Okay, then re-roll stealth if you're not done with
Okay.
stealth. If you're still taking the time to be stealthy, re-roll it for
Yep.
me, please. Okay. Let me reveal this area for you. Whoops, there we go. There we go. All right. So you, all right, Nala, I saw you. You started beelining this way. You rolled a 16. You were like, I'm gonna go that way.
No, I was always headed this way because
Okay.
we are supposed to go as west as possible.
I mean, we were over there, and I'm pretty sure this is a wall. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, but that's what the chief told us: is keep going west until you hit a wall.
We hit the wall, and what? Okay, I guess I didn't ask. CJ, is this passable over here?
No.
Okay.
That's all he told us, right? Was head west until you hit a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we go. Was he trying to kill us?
Maybe.
Because I mean, he didn't tell us about the rancors, and all that's here are rancors, and specifically a pile of corpses in which the rancors are feeding.
He told us it would be really dangerous.
Yeah. But he said it would be dangerous because of the witches, not because of the wildlife.
I think he said either. He just said it
brother-
would be dangerous.
All
The
right,
brother
whatever.
specifically warned us about the wildlife, but he didn't. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Then yeah, let's keep. I'm gonna go this way.
The Rancor moving out of sight now. What are you guys doing? Are you moving upward? Are you staying there? What's going on?
So these are just two normal-looking walls. Can I? You know what? I'll do it this way. Can I sense any sort of force shenanigans happening over here? Maybe like an illusion or anything like that.
For shenaniganery.
Yeah, shenaniganery.
Roll wisdom for me.
Can I get in on that too?
Sure.
Wow. 17.
Oh my god.
Okay. An 11. you're still concentrating on that of your illusion, still running off in the distance, keeping the rain cores distracted. You can't really sense to see if anything's wrong. 17 though, you notice that no, there's nothing. There's no shenaniganery going on right here. You do, however, feel a pull. Something is trying to guide you. It's strange because everything on this planet has been, you don't know, just off. But it seems to be pulling you. It seems to continue to pull you to the west, but you need to go north a bit. You get the feeling that, yeah, you get the feeling that there's another exit to this location.
Chandra will try to signal those two discreetly,
There's a wall right here.
and she's
Yeah.
going this way.
Yeah,
Calliope.
hold on.
Oh, so sneakily.
Oh, so sneakily.
Oh, so sneakily.
Oh, so sneakily. All right.
Max on sneak.
Max Sneakum. All right. But yeah,
Maximum
that is also a wall. Okay.
Yeah, just gonna try to, guide them the way that I sensed
Okay.
up and around.
Are you guys moving? You moving? You moving? You following Chandra?
Yep.
All right. Chandra leading them out. You find an exit from like this roundabout, revealing an exit from this canyon.
She will continue leading them down that path.
Okay. The stomping sounds of the rain car become ever more faded as you all dip out safely, making it through the Rancor Canyon.
Easy. Wasn't worried for a second.
Yeah, okay, buddy. I'm surprised y'all didn't just go in lightsabers swinging, you know what I mean?
I mean, we could. But save that for later. We gotta come back through this way.
Save that for later? Come back this way? Who are you? You're not Trey.
You're right.
You're not the Trey I know. Alright, hold on, let me copy y'all over real fast. You know? You know? Whoa. That's not how I wanted this to look. There we go. Alrighty. Alright. Oh god, I'm gonna fuck this up. Yep. Alright. Let me move you guys over right now. So. Again. The Rancor is now a distant a distant tremor upon the ground. You guys enter into an opening. Before you, you see a massive, a massive sort of wall closing off this pathway, and in this sort of like dune, a large sort of monolith stands above a large sort of black monolith stands above a perched hill, with four smaller constructs placed within the dirt around it. Past it, you can see a tall sort of like slab, a circular piece sort of cut in the center of it as it sort of looms over this area, casting a long sort of shadow. There's a immediate sense of unease and discomfort when you all enter here.
Chandra will comment that she doesn't like this.
I don't like this.
I
I'll
don't like this
break.
one bit.
I'll break concentration on my thingy in case I need it here.
Okay, you get
So
the
far in
you,
the distance, illusory Nala disappears.
yeah, you get the feeling that there are some very pissed off rancors out there right now.
Surely that won't be a problem later.
Nah, why would that be an issue? It's just, men eating beasts.
I never heard nobody.
Very accurate, actually. So, you guys have these structures in front of you. This massive wall. What are you guys doing?
Approaching while cautiously. Approaching cautiously while, trying to sense anything dangerous.
Trying to sense anything dangerous?
Yeah, we know, they're expecting us. This could be like a trap. So is there any indication of force activity on their end, or can I feel like some strong emotions signifying that they're about to attack us or anything? What can I feel?
All right, roll wisdom again, Mike.
Easy.
Is that 21?
Yeah.
You can sense a presence. Your senses, though, your physical senses, tell you the only people that are here are you and your allies. But there are eyes on the back of your neck. You can feel glances. And as you move forward, you can feel them move with you. You all are not alone here. You are most definitely being watched.
Chandra will point out the obelisk in case anyone else has not noticed it. Point out that they're watching us right now, or someone is watching us right now.
So these things, is it just the four of them here, or do they continue in a circle around this area?
No, it's just the four of them there.
Okay, can I inspect one of them for any carvings, any magic, any whatever?
Sure.
Anything that signifies it isn't just a useless slab of whatever?
Sure. Roll investigation, please. 19. Roll it with advantage. I'm sorry. Okay, 19.
19.
So, 19 is still fine. It's almost instantly recognizable to you. The material that this metal is made of. This swirling, black, almost like watery surface texture. Swirls upon these, upon the sides of this, this construct. You almost immediately just try to avert your eyes, but unlike before, there's no lashing out. There's no threat you feel. Whatever this is, it's much more concentrated, more controlled than the obelisk you all saw earlier outside of the village.
I guess I'll walk in it then and start going around with Chandra.
Okay. So as you two walk your way up towards the larger construct, what's everybody else doing?
I'm gonna head up the opposite side.
Kuma would just follow Chandra's direction and just kind of look around and see if she can pick up anything.
Calliope is going to follow Delcor, but making sure she's staying away from anything that looks like the obelisk.
She got major PTSD.
Lesson learned.
Okay. One by one, you all make your way up the sides of this cliff. Reaching the top. Reaching the top, you guys come to this large sort of like slab. Engraved on it is a number of now all too familiar markings to you all. Long sort of paragraphed scripts of writing etched into stone as this large sort of like slate, that being this right here. Oops. This right here. This large slate casts this massive shadow over that of the area. Do you all try to decipher it?
Yep.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Roll roll. No. It's here. Not this thing. It's this thing.
Yeah.
Roll lore for me with advantage, with guidance.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, that's it, not me. It's him. My bad.
I have
Okay.
to. No, I'm kidding. 21.
Are you rolling, babe, or am I?
I just rolled.
I think.
I mean,
how
your
serious
war is
people
probably
get.
going to be
We're,
higher
I
than
know for a fact Chandra's hoping use the same thing we've been doing.
All right.
Okay, kind of like pushing up next to him. You kind of take a crack at looking at these, well, for all you know, hieroglyphs, as with the help of Chandra, Delcor continues to sort of like decipher this ancient sort of language really well, apparently.
Can I have
46.
that 46, please?
Really well, apparently. And
Wow.
and as you all sort of crowd around this slate, you start to feel strange. You shake your heads a bit as you all kind of like look towards it, and the more you stare at it, the more your head feels to like spin as the words on the slate begin to shift and change,
Oh no.
slowly becoming that of a language you do understand. For the basically the language of the poneglyph changes to be readable and understandable by each of you. That does not necessarily mean it's basic. So, like for you, Delcor, it's Chisin. How is it? How is it pronounced? Chun. Yeah, it's Chun. Nala, I think you have like, what is it? It's like don't you like know Wookiee or something?
No, that was Luma. I know Togrudi and Syrian.
Okay, so yeah, it's Togruti for you. Calliope, what languages do you know?
Basic and binary.
For you, Calliope, it is in basic. Kuma,
It could be either Chun or Cathary's.
oh, it's definitely Cathary's for you.
Yeah.
Seeing it change, you're like, oh, I know that. As you start to move forward, and you all start to read a script of ancient history, of birthright, of self-sacrifice and growth, of sisterhood and duty. And as you read down this long script, you guys come to the end, and it which reads, and you begin to read it in your minds or out loud, depending on how you guys do. And as you read it, you hear a voice speak what you read.
For we are of Dathomir, our sisterhood strong. For we are the keepers of the ancient ways, and we will last forever.
And as you hear that, behind you, you see arriving more, or you see it not arriving, but appearing several of these red hooded women, and in their center, wearing a horned crown with white flowing hair, a tightly fine and adorned red dress and robes. You see a figure from the poneglyph, the figure from Nala's flash, her vision. And instantly in all your minds, you can equate the name the chieftain gave you all for her. Rhaega, the mother of Dathomir. And that is where we will end tonight's session of Star Wars. D&D. Ooh. Yeah, there we go. Y'all not ready. 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 Hey, we gotta do a midweek session. Y'all not ready. But hold on, I will be. Don't threaten me with a good time. All right, I just might show up. Hold on, give me 1 second so I can close out the stream. All right, everybody. Thanks as always for tuning in. I hope you guys have enjoyed Star Wars D&D as much as I have. It's been a blast. These guys are not ready for what's going to happen next time. Hope you guys enjoy. We will be back next week. Same time, same place. Stay safe and enjoy your week.